You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the court. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs. You know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA. We the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers. Go.
What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhoster here with the Man Hour. Sure to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page, and of course, check out the blog section as well. Got a lot of stuff happening over there on manhourradio.com. Man, the merch is fresh. We got the Stay Tomorrow Need You merch right now happening over there. All proceeds go to suicide prevention. Suicideprevention.org is where all the proceeds will go to that. We also have our Takeaway 22 merch as well to help prevent soldier veteran suicide awareness as like as well, and all those go to the suicide prevention as like as well. And of course, we got the new Man Hour Flame logo merch over there as well, and all proceeds from that are going to suicide prevention as well. So we are well underneath suicide prevention here, and we are hopefully you guys are on board with suicide prevention and get you some merch and rock it out and help Man Hour grow. We do got a great show for you guys line up today. It is Way or No Way Monday. So if you guys got a Way or No Way, and you're in the chat over here at youtube.com/Man Hour, pop it in the chat. If we got time, we'll get to it. And if not, we'll get it next time. I promise. We're going to talk some Big Ben. What? Isn't he retired? Well, maybe. Maybe not. Tampa Bay struggles. Are they really for real, or are they just a fluke? We're going to talk a little bit about the New York Football Giants. What? 3-1 on the year. Oh, like already. Playoff bound? Uh-oh. And then, of course, we got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush. Speaking of 3-1, he is not 3-1. He is 4-0 as a Dallas Cowboys starter. The only starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys to ever do that. And that is speaking of some high company. You know, Tony Romo, Troy Aikman, Staubach, Jason Garrett. All those boys, man. That is quite a list to be on top of. So the only Cowboys starter to be 4-0. But let's get into the first Way or No Way of the night. And let's flash back to 2001. Not 2001. Let's flash back to 2021. Big Ben Roethlisberger's last season as the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. Since then, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been struggling on the offensive side. They're pretty much anemic on that offensive side. Right now, they're ranked 30th. That's right, 30th in the NFL with just 181 passing yards per game and 97 rushing yards per game. They have officially probably benched Mitchell Trubisky and brought in Kenny Pickett to ride out the rest of the season. But that's not all about this. This is about Big Ben Roethlisberger and Mike Tomlin. This is by far one of Mike Tomlin's worst coaching seasons to date so far. Like, he is struggling on the offensive side. The defense is not terrible. I think they're still ranked in like the top 10. I should have wrote that down. I didn't. But the Way or No Way question that we're going to kick the show off with is, way or no way Big Ben Roethlisberger carried Mike Tomlin his whole career? Wow. That is a very, very bold statement, and that's not coming from me. That is coming from our trash talk groups over at facebook.com, and it is in the Pittsburgh Steelers fans group, and they said they are fed up with Mike Tomlin. Whoa. I don't understand how you guys are fed up with Mike Tomlin. I mean, he's struggling a couple games here. You guys beat the Cincinnati Bengals, a division rival, and you kind of shit the bed since, but that is besides the point. So then I got to thinking here. Big Ben last season as a NFL professional athlete, he was very much a shell of himself, right? He was terrible. let's just be honest. He was flat out terrible. He couldn't move. He could barely throw the ball down the field, yada, yada, yada. However, they were still ranked 22nd in the offensive production the last season with Big Ben. 229 yards passing per game and 93 yards rushing with a rookie Najee Harris and Benny Snell. So, to say that Big Ben carried Mike Tomlin, man, that is tough saying. But then we see what Mike Tomlin inherited his first year as a NFL coach. He had a rookie Ben Roethlisberger, right? He had the bus. He had Ryan Clark. They had a hell of a team. Now, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season in the NFL, but this is his first year without Big Ben as well. So, way or no way, Big Ben carried Mike Tomlin through his NFL career thus far. And right now, the proof is kind of in the pudding. Right now, I'm going to have to say way. Week 4 of the NFL season, I'm going to have to say way. Big Ben, a Hall of Fame quarterback, has carried Mike Tomlin. I am agreeing with the Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there. They are fed up with their coach, and they don't think that he is really the real deal, and I kind of have to go on board with this. Definitely a way. So here in the chat, guys, let me know where no way did Big Ben carry Mike Tomlin through his NFL career thus far. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys have to say about that. What's up, Alpha Rob? I see you in the chat, my man. He says, what's up, Buck? And I say, what's up, Alpha Rob? And he says, way. Big Ben has carried Mike Tomlin. Man, just like, isn't that, I mean, let's think about this. Because earlier this year, myself and Colm sat here and we were talking about how dominant the Pittsburgh Steelers could be this season with one of the best coaches ever in Mike Tomlin. And now 4 years into the season, or four weeks into the NFL season, without Big Ben, we're saying that he was carried all of his NFL career. His tenure as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, we're saying he's been carried. And it's there, isn't it? It's there. Man, like, I cannot wait to clip this and see what people really have to say. If they're really just heat of the moment, oh man, we lost another game. Kenny Pickett threw an interception, yada yada, his first play of the game. What, like, maybe it's just the heat of the moment. Overreaction Monday, right? Maybe, but who knows? Who knows here? Topic number 2, way or no way, number 2 of the night. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers definitely struggled versus the Kansas City Chiefs first half of last night's game. However, second half was a totally different story. They ended up losing that game 41-31. Was they threw a Hail Mary at the last play of the game? That seems kind of blah, but whatever. So, way or no way, we are fearing the wrong team in the NFC. So many people have picked Tampa Bay Buccaneers to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this season, especially with the recent struggles with the Rams. The 49ers weren't going to be very good with Trey Lance. Arizona Cardinals are blah, right? And then you had like the Vikings and the Packers, of course, and like the Cowboys were all kind of crumbled up into this one little bubble, and then the Eagles kind of emerged. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have always been like, this is the team you got to watch for, yada, yada, yada. It's Tom freaking Brady. He has Mike Evans back. He has Godwin back. You know, they signed Julio Jones. The defense is still put together, right? But, man, the Kansas City Chiefs sure did flex on them last night, didn't they? The defense kind of seems to be backtracking a little bit. What, week 1 they gave up 3 points. Week 2, 10 points. Week 3, 12 points. Last night, 41 points. However, with all that being said, the defense is still ranked 8th in stats per ESPN.com. So, I mean, that's not terrible, right? But then let's look on the offensive side of the ball. Tom freaking Brady. This is by far one of the worst offenses that Tom Brady has ever been a part of, with all this star-struck talent on there. Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Godwin, Julio Jones, right? The list goes on and on and on. But they're only averaging 251 passing yards per game, 65 rushing yards, and they're 24th in the NFL with stats. However, defense wins championships. So are we fearing the wrong team in the NFL? Absolutely no way. I should say the NFC. Absolutely no way. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are still the team to beat in the NFC. We thought the Vikings were it. They're probably blah, right? The Vikings are what the Vikings have always been. They had this great roster, but they can never get over that hump. The Eagles are there, right? But the last time they started 3-0, they were a first-round playoff exit. History doesn't lie, right? History repeats itself. And then you look at the other teams in the NFC, who really stands out and says, I'm scared of that team? Right now, the Rams don't. Right now, the Cowboys are kind of up and down, right? We will talk about them here in about 15 minutes. And then, like, who else is there? The Detroit Lions that are putting up 40 points a game, but they're giving up 45. Like, who are you scared in the NFC? The answer is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers still. Because they have a top 10 defense per stat-wise. Yes, they had a bad game versus a great Kansas City Chiefs team. The team that's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. And their offense will get better, right? Julio Jones was hurt. Mike Evans was suspended. What they need to go back to the bread and butter. Run the damn ball. I mean, they're only rushing the ball 65 yards a game. You have playoff Lenny back there. Give that man the ball. No need to wait to the playoffs. Give him the ball now. Let him eat. Let him get those miles on his treads. Come on. But no way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the wrong team to fear in the NFC. They're definitely very, very good. So, Rob, I see your question there. And Alpha Rob says, who has Mike Tomlin drafted to make you say, wow? To make you say, wow. The only player that I can recently think of is Najee Harris. I think Najee Harris will be a top 5 receiver or a running back in the NFL at some point. Maybe it's this year. Maybe he has his coming out party this year. I mean, he did draft Antonio Brown. He makes you say, wow, just the wrong type of wow, right? Like, wow, what is this guy doing? But he has never had that great draft class, but he's never really had a bad draft class either. So does that fall on Mike Tomlin, or does that fall on the general manager, or does that fall on just who do you need, right? Who do you need as to fill spots, right? They never needed that guy. They just needed to plug some spots here, right? When Plaxico Burress was like retired, hey, we needed Antonio Brown, so we're going to draft this guy. I mean, they never needed that wow guy because they've always had a pretty solid team, in my opinion. But my opinion only matters on the man hour, apparently. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. You guys are here for my opinion, and my opinion is great. The next way or no way of the night. We're skipping through the show pretty quick tonight because Monday Night Football, baby. 49ers versus the LA Rams. The 49ers are 6-0 versus the Rams in regular season as Kyle Shanahan has taken over. But lost the game that matters, right? Lost the game that matters. Anyways, the next way or no way of the night. The New York Football Giants have officially improved to 3-1 on the season. Saquon Barkley is back. Averaging about 115 yards per game. He has 4 touchdowns, I do believe it is. 2 receiving, if I'm not mistaken. And Daniel Jones is still kind of playing Daniel Jones, but however, he is hurt with that high ankle sprain. Tyrod Taylor, his backup, got hurt his second play in the game, so he's officially out. But way or no way, the New York Football Giants are a playoff-bound team. So when we look at history here, 3-1 teams in the NFL historically make the playoffs. They have an 80% chance of making the playoffs when they are 3-1 through 4 weeks of the NFL season. And that's exactly where the New York Giants do sit. And then we look at this Giants schedule moving forward. Like right now, they're sitting at 3 wins. So I was looking at their schedule and I pulled out 5 very winnable games for them. We're going to put the Seahawks there. We're going to put the Texans there, the Commanders twice, and then the Colts. I think the Colts are complete trash right now. So if we add those 5 wins into the 3 that they've already had, that puts them at 8 wins on the season. And then if we look at their rest of their schedule, right, they have the Eagles, they got the Cowboys, they got the Packers, they got the Ravens. As my computer tries to load here, So, I mean, they like I said, like this week they got the Packers, they got the Ravens, they got the Jaguars, they got the Lions, they got the Cowboys again, they got the Vikings, and they got the Eagles. So out of those 6 games there that we just named off there, besides the 5 that I have mentioned, I think they could steal 1 or 2 of those wins, whether it be from the Lions, whether it be from the Eagles. Last game of the season, Eagles might be resting all their players like the way they're going. They might be resting all their players by week 12, right? Hell, they could still steal one from the Ravens. Just let the Ravens get up 17 points and they're going to lose that game. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars kind of took a couple steps back this week. Trevor Lawrence kind of looked like bad, but I mean, in the end, all you really got to do is win about 9 to 10 games, and they have 5 very winnable games they should win if they perform like they have been this season, and they still won, if not two games. Yeah, I mean, like, they are definitely a very capable playoff team. However, when you have to start thinking we have to steal a game here, we have to steal a game there to get to that 9-10 win mark, that is not a playoff caliber team. Now, they might sneak into the playoffs with some miracle 7-way 7th place tie, and they get like the head-to-head tiebreaker because they beat the Commanders twice or something like that, right? Like, I could definitely see that happening. But Giants, a playoff bound team, I want to go with no way on that, because I do not think that they can continue the success that they've had. Yes, they beat a okay Titans team. Panthers are blah. They lost to a damn good Cowboys team, and they beat a horrible Chicago team. So really, who have they played besides the Dallas Cowboys? Nobody, right? Let's just be honest. They beat 3 bad teams. Now, those 5 games that I wrote down, they are very capable winning those games. Will they? No. They will not sweep the Commanders. They will not beat Houston. Hell, they may not even beat the Colts. I mean, we are still only looking at about a 5 to 6 win team here. They are there. They have the talent. They are a very, very good talent-wise team. On paper, they should win a lot of games. But unfortunately, they have a $72 million wide receiver sitting the bench. Unfortunately, they have Daniel Jones at quarterback. Unfortunately, Saquon Barkley is a ticking time bomb. When is he going to miss some games? He can only carry the team for so long. So no way the Giants will make the playoffs this season. Now, I do like them. I like them, even though I'm a Cowboys fan. I like them to possibly make some noise, ruffle some feathers, upset some teams. But they're not going to beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. And that makes you a non-playoff team. No way, no way, no way. Alpha Rob says, I don't think the Giants are that good yet to be counting wins. So basically, Alpha Rob is saying that you cannot circle this game, oh, this is going to be a win. Just like what I was doing. Seahawks win, Houston win. The Giants are not there yet to be that team. Hell, this year in the NFL, if you really want to sit down and think about it, there is so much parity from top to the bottom. Like, you really can't circle any week and say, this is a win. This is a win. Like, it's just not there this year. Like, it's just not. And, I mean, honestly, that's great for topics, stuff to talk about. But as a betting man, like, that sucks. Like, I got on DraftKings, just a little bit big. I had to go to bet on the Rams 49ers game. I'm like, man, I know the 49ers are 6-0 versus the Rams, so far the last 3 seasons, but the Rams are underdogs, and they've covered 9 of their 11 games as like underdogs. And man, it's just like, I gotta know who to pick. I mean, obviously I picked the 49ers because 6-0, they're at home. I like Jimmy G, yada, yada, yada. Brandon Ayuk is a man. George Kittle's back. I picked all them, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I really don't feel that comfortable about it. But a person who is feeling really comfortable in their skin right now is Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is the first Dallas Cowboys ever to start his career out at 4-0. He is 3-0 as a starting quarterback this year for the Dallas Cowboys. He has gone for 737 yards passing with a QBR of 95.9, right there on the cusp of 96 QBR ranking. Obviously, Dak Prescott is currently out with that thumb injury, and we don't know when he is going to be back. There is no timetable set, but he is eyeing a week 5 to week 6 comeback. But right now, there's no rush because Cooper Kupp is playing pretty good. Sorry, Cooper Rush, not Cooper Kupp. Cooper Rush is playing very, very good right now. So, way or no way, there is going to be a quarterback controversy in Dallas when Dak Prescott is healthy and ready to come back. So, like I said, Cooper Rush is doing pretty good. 95 QBR, 737 yards passing, averaging 7.2 yards a pass. All great, great numbers, right? And a pass-happy league with the pass-happy coach. With some wide receivers that are out, but you definitely have the number one, CeeDee Lamb. You got a pretty good tight end, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then we got to looking at stats. Dak Prescott's lowest year as a QBR or as a quarterback his whole career was back in 2017. Let's flash back years ago, right? Man, it seems like forever ago, right? 2017? Well, that's 5-6 years ago. Man, we're getting old. That season, he had a QBR of 87. Averaged 6 yards per pass for that season. Let's just remember, this is Dak Prescott's second year as an NFL quarterback. He also had the coach called Jason Garrett. Mr. Clap Happy himself, right? Yeah. This is also the first year he did not have Tony Romo to really guide him. He didn't have really that quarterback confidence yet, but they still went 9-7. So Cooper Rush right now is playing out of his freaking mind. This is his best, statistically, career-wise, career games ever, these last 3 games. And the Cowboys are, do we want to say squeaking by? I mean, they're definitely playing really good football right now. I mean, they beat a Cincinnati Bengals team that nobody thought they had a chance against, 20-17. They went on the road on Monday night to beat the New York Giants 23-16, a good Giants team that we just talked about making the playoffs. And then they beat a Commanders team at home 25-10. The Commanders had a great defense. So we don't know really who Cooper Rush is, right? I mean, the Giants defense is kind of blah. Bengals defense is kind of blah, right? They have Eli Apple, Mr. Toastman himself. Commanders defense is pretty good. They did put up 25 points. But next week is going to be the true test. Travel to LA to take on the Rams, a really, really good Rams team. They could be down in the rankings all they want, but they're still a really, really good team. So where, no way, there's going to be a quarterback controversy if and when Dak Prescott is healthy? No freaking way. There is no way there's going to be a quarterback controversy at all. Why? Because you can't afford to pay $100 million man to sit at the bench. Like, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Just like my man Taylor Heineke said when they brought in Carson Wentz. Do you think you have a chance to battle for the starting position? He flat out said no. They're not going to pay a man $17 million and me $2 million and let $17 million just sit the bench. Like, that's not going to happen. They're not going to let $65 million Dak Prescott sit the bench. Dak Prescott is a superior quarterback than Cooper Rush. There's a reason why Cooper Rush has been on the Dallas Cowboys 3 different times. It's been cut 3 different times. Like, the proof is in the pudding. It's chocolate pudding, and it's not very good. Chocolate pudding is the worst. Fight me. _Buck. Twitter machine. Chocolate pudding's trash. But no way there's a quarterback controversy at all. No way. Alpha Rob says, way there's going to be a quarterback controversy when Dak comes back. And Dak's fans on his, you know what? On his nuts? Way is going to be a quarterback controversy when Dak comes back. Dallas fans are on his nuts. Are you talking about Cooper Rush's nuts? I mean, of course they're on Cooper Rush's nuts. I mean, he's 3-0 as a starter. He is like, when Dak Prescott first went down, Alpha Rob, me and Combs sat here and said that if the Cowboys go 500 in Dak Prescott's absence, they are winning at this point. So even if Dak Prescott still misses 2 more games at the Rams, at the Eagles, they're still coming out ahead. They'll be 3-3 on the season, and 600 with Dak Prescott out. So, and then they got some very winnable games after the Eagles. I mean, they play the Lions, they play the Bears, they play the Packers, they play the Vikings, Giants. I mean, it's like it is a very, very a lot of winnable games. So get Dak 100% healthy. Like, there is no need to rush him back. But to say there's a quarterback controversy, I mean, that is like saying Lamar Jackson is a really good quarterback. It's just, it is freaking asinine. It is freaking asinine. Like, let's just be honest. Because Dak's first home game back, he throws a pick. Boos are coming. So Dak's first home game would be October 23rd versus the Detroit Lions. So Dak's first home game back, if he were to come back in a couple weeks, would be versus the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions can't stop a bloody nose, let alone Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and Zeke and Tony Pollard and Schultz and whoever else, Michael Gallup. There's no way they can stop that offense. Okay, let's say he comes back the next week versus the Chicago Bears. Yes, the Chicago Bears do have a pretty good defense, but when your offense is as trash as they are, you jump out them like on them early, you can play loosey-goosey. There is no way he's getting booed. Dak Prescott can throw 17 interceptions versus the Lions and the Bears, and they're still going to walk all over them and win by 40. Well, maybe not versus the Lions, but it'd be like a 50-41 game. The Bears will probably be 40-12. Like, Dak is ass. Come on. Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback in the league, man. Like, the stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. Stats sometimes do lie, but not for Dak Prescott. Ooh, excuse me on that. Sprite hit the spot different. Man, I am hungover. I'm not going to lie. Combs' wedding, man, tore me up. Can't wait to have Combsy on again. Hopefully he is recovered. my man. Whew. But come on, man. Dak Prescott is ass? Okay, Alpha Rob. Give me 5 quarterbacks that are better than Dak Prescott. Just 5. I mean, I can name you 5. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. We'll put Matthew Stafford up there, like even though they're probably 1 and 2, right? Like Dak and Matthew Stafford. Obviously Tom Brady, and then after that, I mean, it gets kind of shady. Who you gonna put up there? Russell Wilson? No. Derek Carr? Possibly. Kirk Cousins? If it's not a 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock game, he is golden. Josh Allen? Okay, I'll give you Josh Allen. But there's 5. I mean, that still puts him in the top 10. Come on, give me 5 quarterbacks that are better than Dak Prescott. Because when you say ass, I assume he's out of the top 10 as far as quarterback wise goes. Hell, I feel ass would put him at 20. So I mean, you could possibly put a regular season Lamar Jackson in front of him. Oh, I forgot about Justin Herbert, right? Okay, so he said Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Josh Herbert. Yeah, I mean, that's a very good list, but that's still only 5. That still puts Dak Prescott as like number 6 or number 7, if not number 8 at the very least, right? I mean, you might be able to slide Derek Carr in front of him, Matthew Stafford, but then after that, like, who is there? I mean, you can't put Russ in there. Rush is just over the hill, like at this point. Lamar Jackson, he is a good regular season quarterback, but is he better than Dak? I don't think so. They might be pretty neck and neck. He is not clutch. He doesn't have to be clutch when he has a great defense behind him. Their defense right now is lights out. Their defense statistically is number 5 in the NFL. Number 5. Behind your Buffalo Bills, obviously. And then I had to look up the rest. But I think the 49ers were up there. For some reason, I think the Jets were up there. Was it the Jets? I can't remember. Definitely wasn't the Ravens. But yeah, I mean, like, what is the definition of a clutch quarterback? Is it coming down and doing like game-winning drives? Is it, not losing the game? Is it, making you calm down to, 17 down? So does that mean Tua's clutch? Does that mean who else did the Ravens lose to? Does that mean, was it the Jets they beat? Does that mean Zach Wilson's clutch, or was it Joe Flacco clutch? I mean, like, what is the definition of clutch? Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts. Okay, mix. He says Dak Prescott is in the mix with Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Jalen Hurts. Let's just be honest. All pretty good quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts has definitely grown as a quarterback this season. There's absolutely no question about that. I mean, of course, the second year NFL in the NFL, you have an A.J. Brown with you, right? Pretty good coach. Derek Carr consistently improves every year. Kirk Cousins is great at 1 p.m. Just don't let him play any time else. But 1 p.m., Kirk Cousins is pretty much undefeated. He says the definition of clutch is to get points when needed. Excuse me. So with that being said, Josh Allen isn't clutch. They didn't get the 3 points when they needed it the other week. Last week. Or was that 2 weeks ago? He wasn't clutch when they needed 3 points versus Kansas City Chiefs with 13 seconds left. I mean, I'm just pulling your leg out for Rob. Definitely, I mean, Josh Allen is pretty clutch. He's pretty damn good. Let's just be honest about it. He is pretty damn good. Josh Allen might be the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Yep. He definitely is. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. My man Combsy's is supposed to be on back tomorrow. We got a healthy plate of NFL talk for you guys tomorrow. We're going to cover the 49ers versus Rams game. We're going to dive deeper into the Chicago Bears debacle that's going up there. Come on, man. 24 passes in like 8 weeks? 4 weeks, whatever. Chicago Bears suck. Excuse me. Aaron Rodgers, is it time for him to shut the hell up? Factor crap coming up tomorrow, guys, right here on the Man Hour. See you guys tomorrow. 8 o'clock East Coast time. Later. Actually, I lied. I will not be here tomorrow. Combsy is supposed to be doing a solo show if he can. Wednesday, I'll be back. So Wednesday for sure, 8 p.m. East Coast time. I have